What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Corvette Weekly. This is the show where you can get anything and everything Corvette, whether it be news, maintenance items, ownership experiences. If it has something to do with a Corvette, it will be on this channel here. So I'm glad to see all of you guys back. I know we had a little bit of a weird week here because we did do a live video on Saturday as well for the ZR1. So kind of a crazy turn of events with that thing. I know a bunch of you guys tuned in for that. Some new people popped in as well, but definitely an interesting one. And yeah, Amber says that we got less than 400 subscribers. I think the official count, let me pull that up actually. That's a great one. So really close to 100,000 subs, guys. I am 387 away. So in 387 more subs, this whole channel is then legit. That's the way I feel about it, at least. The 100,000 number was the number I needed to get to be like legit. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We do have a special guest on the channel here with us today. It is Dante from E5 Wheels. Here he is. Check out that background of Dante. Isn't that awesome? So,
how you guys doing? Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely, Dante. I've known Dante for probably 2 or 3 years now.
We met at Carlisle.
Yeah. Well, we were texting. We were texting before that Carlisle, though.
Yeah, we were, but we met officially there, which was pretty cool.
It is.
That was our first year there, 2023.
Yeah.
It was our first year. We had a booth. We had 2 cars there. It was pretty cool. I met you. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was a real awesome time. But guys, E5 Wheels in the house. This is Dante. He's basically the owner. So he is here to answer a bunch of questions for us tonight because we are going to be doing the giveaway tonight. The giveaway ends tonight. So the $500 gift certificate for E5 Wheels does end tonight. We're going to be picking Dante's brain here in a couple minutes, but there's a couple things I want to get through before we start really grilling him. So you guys think of your questions you might have for Dante while we're talking about some other news, and we're gonna get into this thing. But one comment I wanted to mention here, which was really cool. Ryan says that you've been legit for a long time. I appreciate that, Ryan. In my head, the number has always been 100. Once you hit 100, it's like, oh yeah, this thing is real. Like, this is really happening. So I appreciate all you guys tuning in all the time. I appreciate you guys being subscribers. I appreciate the camaraderie. I mean, the community we're building is awesome. I mean, everything is just fantastic. You guys have been great. Yeah, Seawolf Z06, let's get those thumbs ups rolling. We got 120 people in here watching right now. Smash those thumbs ups. Let's make those numbers match. That'd be really cool if we could get to 100 by 8 o'clock and 200 by 8:30. Mark Cutsey says, aloha, Justin. Get well. I can hear it in your voice. I was going to come out here and tell you guys that I'm actually sick. No, I was sick enough that this morning I wasn't 100% sure I was going to do this tonight, but definitely worked out okay. And I never want to disappoint you guys. I want to be on here Monday nights if I can. Unless I'm really sick or dead, I will be here every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. AARPM says, hey, Dante, nice to see you again. Met you at the Bash last year. Yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah, we're actually both sick. Me and Amber got sick on this exact same day, which is weird. It usually doesn't happen that way. Oh, yeah, Squirrel Cage Garage. We've definitely missed you. I haven't seen your name pop up. But, guys, like I said, the giveaway ends tonight with E5 Wheels and the carbon fiber strut tower covers. We're going to have 2 separate winners for these. So the first winner is going to get to choose whether they want the E5 gift certificate or this. I kind of feel like you'd be a little off to not select the $500 wheel certificate first. But either way, someone's going to win this too. So, yeah. Before we start getting into Dante, I have some interesting story. An interesting story I want to tell you from a subscriber of mine. So if you guys remember, let me see if I can pull it. Yeah, I can pull this up. So I believe it was either last Monday night or the Monday night prior to that. We were talking about the technical service bulletin that was released for the Z06 because the mechanics weren't draining both oil plugs. They were draining just one or the other, which was leaving a lot of oil in the system still. Now, this is interesting timing because one of my subscribers texted me a story talking about how exactly what this TSB is to stop happened to his car. So they went to drain the oil and they only drained one of the plugs. Then they filled it up with the 8 quarts that it's supposed to take, on top of the fact that there was roughly 6 quarts still in it. So naturally it's overfilled, and the guys in the thing are talking about, like, what do we do? What do we do? Let's drain it and do it again. But then they drain it and do it again, and it's still not right because they're not draining both plugs again. Now, what makes this even worse is that on top of the fact that they're not draining the dry sump system, so it's holding roughly 6 quarts in there still, they're also using 0W40 oil, which is not the oil for the Z06. That's the oil for the Stingray. Now, this is really interesting because there's a ton of information here. I'm giving you a high overview at this point. What happened is basically he ended up picking up the car, noticing that something smelled weird, but they told him that was because they drained a little bit of the oil, basically hit the headers, and it was going to burn off, but it would be fine. He gets home to find out that they put in an unbelievable amount of oil, and more than half of it's not even the right oil for the car, and he drove the car the whole way home with a significant amount more oil that should be in it. So should have 8 quarts. He had 8 quarts plus about 6.5. He drove the car with roughly 14 quarts of oil in it, because they told him it was good. This is interesting because obviously this could have lasting effects on that engine, and if it does, how's GM going to fix this? Replace an engine? Who wants a Z06 with a replaced engine? So this is why it makes sense that we see this TSB come out from GM. And if you guys weren't here for that, here's the TSB right here. And it was really interesting because everybody thought this was funny. Like, this is literally a technical service bulletin that goes out to the internal mechanics at GM to make sure that they know that there are 2 drain plugs, and also where the oil filter is located, because the oil filter on the Z06 is a cartridge style filter instead of a canister like it is on the Stingray. So they're literally going through everything here to tell their mechanics, hey, make sure you're doing this right, only to find out that apparently some of these guys are still not doing it right. And it's going to cost somebody probably their engine. It's incredible. What's up, Shane? Shane is in the house, everybody. We've got 64 thumbs ups currently, about 170 people watching. Let's make those numbers match, guys. Robert Brunn says, I have one word: incompetence. And that's, I honestly can't think of a better word. I mean, imagine being this owner who now has a Z06 that is almost toast. Now, the best part is, I am not even done with the details of this story. It gets worse. He actually had his PDR on recording and caught a lot of what they were saying on the PDR. And the stuff that they were saying is ridiculous. I can't play it here because there's music blasting in the car and I'll get demonetized. But I can give you the high overview. And that was, what do we do here, guys? I don't know how to do this. What is this? Like, what kind of oil does this car take? How much does it take? Why is it overfilled? Maybe if we take the oil filter off and run the car without the oil filter, maybe that will help. And yes, they did that. They take the oil filter completely off the car. This is the insane stuff that we're working with these dealerships. We talk about it all the time. Chevy and Corvette should have their own dedicated maintenance areas for Corvette specifically, and all other Chevy cars somewhere else. This is why. Because on your normal Chevy Cruze, you don't have 2 freaking oil drain plugs. So this is never going to be a problem. You're never going to run into this issue anywhere else except for on the Corvette. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like Squirrel Cage Garage says, this isn't the first time that Corvette has had more than 1 drain plug. Like, why is this so hard to get? My C7 ZR1 has 2 drain plugs. The C7 Z06 has 2 drain plugs. The C7 Stingray had 2 drain plugs if you have a Z51. Like, this isn't new. Yeah, the dealer did that. The dealership did that. And he caught all of it on his PDR. So there's no doubt, like, they can't get out of this. This isn't just somebody talking about something that the mechanic did. Like, he literally has proof of this. So he didn't want any names mentioned just yet because this is still an ongoing thing, but he told me that I could go ahead and talk about it. Just crazy. Thank you, Gordon. So that's my story. Guys, if you're just now joining in, I want you to know the E5 wheel giveaway is ending tonight. So you'll get a $500 gift certificate towards the purchase of any E5 wheel on their website. And we're going to talk to Dante about this here in a second, but he did clue me in that a Z06 wheel is coming pretty soon. So if you want to get in on these things, and they're beautiful wheels, you're going to have an option if you have a Z06 as well here really soon. So they make them for the C8, the C7, and the C6. We've showed them before, but in case this is your first time here, guys, I'm going to show you again. They have some really awesome looking wheels here. You got the Daytona, and of course titanium, the bronze or the black. Then you got the Sebring in the same colors, and you got the Speedway in the same colors. Now, a lot of these wheels are reminiscent of other Corvette wheels, except for the Daytona kind of looks like the wheels that I have. But the Sebring kind of looks like a C6 ZR1 wheel, and the Speedway kind of looks like a C8
similar
Z06.
to the C7 Z06 wheel. The Sebring is kind of look pretty similar to it as well.
Yes, they do.
And now, the Speedway, we originally just had them available for the C8 because I know a lot of the C8 guys wanted that style wheel for the Stingrays with the C8 Z06 style wheel. It looks kind of similar. And then we just had them for the C8 Stingray, and then I had a bunch of people keep asking me that had C7 Z06s in Grand Sports. So we finally actually got a container of those last week. So those are officially available on the website as well.
Nice.
19 by 10 in the front, 20 by 12 in the rear. Fits the stock tires perfectly.
Gary Phelps says, I need that Daytona wheel. Gary, we're giving away a $500 gift certificate tonight. So if you want to get entered, every $10 is an entry. $50 or more is double entries. Right now we have 30 people entered to win, which isn't really that many. You have a pretty good chance of winning this thing. So if you guys are interested, the Venmo link is posted at the top of the chat, or you can super chat. And of course, I already got you guys entered in. Brandon's Garage is on it. I already got you guys entered in. If you're a member of the channel, you're already in for one free entry, and that's per week. So you're gonna have 4 free entries as long as you're in here and as long as you're typing number 1 in the chat. Now, if you want to get more than one, which you probably should because there's a couple people in here that have 30 or 40 entries, every $10 is an additional entry.
Yeah, Gary Phelps, I do see that your profile picture is a C8. For the C8, we do have them available in the stock size, the 1920s, and we also have them in the plus size 2021. You obviously would need to get new tires, but we have those available. We saw a lot of the 2021 setups as well. You have to, get new tires, but it looks pretty good. If you want to keep it as stock as possible, definitely stick to 1920s. Ride is perfect.
Riptide says, is Venmo the only way to enter? No, it's not. So if you don't have Venmo, you can actually do a super chat right here on YouTube. Down at the bottom right of your chat window, you'll see what looks like a little $sign. If you hit that, you can actually enter in at that way as well. Brandon's Garage says we got 195 people watching, only 182 thumbs ups. We should be well over 100 at this point, guys. Please smash the thumbs up button. So here we go with Seawolf. I have no idea what that breaks down to. I'm guessing $50. Seawolf, can you verify that for me? Actually, I could probably do it real quick here. Canadian exchange.
Yeah, also, I want to let you guys know that
50.
E5 Wheels' mission is to make the best wheels possible specifically for Corvette. We don't sell wheels for any other car, specifically C8, C7, and C6, specialized fitments, stock sizes. They're hub-centric. They take the factory lug nuts. So, like I said, we want to make the best possible wheels for Corvettes. Hub-centric, no spacers needed. You can also use the factory Corvette center cap that fits with these wheels. We always send our E5 center caps, but it's optional if you want to put your factory center caps on. They do work.
Oh, they do work. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, they do work. Because a lot of the guys, so many of our customers end up putting a Corvette center cap on. I know you guys love it. So.
Yeah. So that's really cool. I know. Did you change that? Because I thought I remember at one point that was not the case.
In the very beginning, it wasn't, but now we got an adapter to make it available because
Perfect.
you guys really liked
Yeah.
it. So we were like, we got to make this happen. So
I
also you transfer your TPMS sensors from your factory setup. You just transfer them over, and that's what I'm saying. You don't have to use aftermarket lug nuts. You don't need aftermarket TPMS. A lot of the factory stuff fits. So that's what's really good about these wheels as well for Corvettes. The difference is we have the stock sizes, but our offsets are a bit different compared to factory, which makes the wheels flush with the fender instead of a lot of the factory wheels. And you guys know, because you guys always tell me, they sit in. So we made our fitments different. Our offsets are different, so it sits flush with the fender.
Perfect. Wheeler O'Haro says no Venmo or whatever the other one is for the Canadians. Wheeler, if you want to use PayPal, my email at PayPal is horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com. You can use PayPal as well. When you do send, whatever you do send, just send a couple extra dollars though, because PayPal does pull fees out. That's the only reason I don't usually advertise PayPal. But for the Canadians, you guys should be able to use PayPal if you want to do that. Riptide 2025, I got you in for one entry. Riptide.
Also, I did want to talk about the manufacturing process, because I know a lot of the C7 Z06 and Grand Sport owners have the factory wheels cracking issue. Because I get calls literally every single day about the factory wheels cracking. So with these wheels, you won't have to worry about that problem. This is a completely different manufacturing process. We call it spun. We call these wheels spun forged. It's a flow forming process, and it's just a different manufacturing process. They're a lot lighter and a lot stronger compared to the factory cast wheels. Even the cast wheels for the C8s, but the C8s just don't have that problem. But they're still a lot lighter and stronger.
Yep. So one question that popped up here is Raman says, do your wheels clear the carbon ceramic rotors for the C7 Z06?
Yes, they do. 100%.
Yep. So we actually
specifically made them for that vehicle to make it fit perfectly. So you don't have to worry about that.
There's actually some pictures on the website I'm going to pull up here for you so you can take a look. But here they are on the C7 Corvette Z06.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We also have a pretty sweet gallery. By C, you could check out all the C8s, check out all the C7s, depending, what Corvette you have. See how, the fitment, how it sits, how the offsets
really nice.
They don't sit in. There's not really much of a gap. Also, all our wheels at the moment, so we actually just got another container last week of the new fitments, like I said, and all our wheels are in stock, ready to ship, with free shipping. We do offer free shipping.
So
usually one day too.
Do you guys have any plans on doing anything for the C5?
We do. We're only gonna make them in a specific. We're thinking about having them available for the Sebrings in gloss black, just because that is the one that I get asked for the most. Okay. So I'm thinking about bringing them in like a couple finishes, maybe that one and the titanium. I've been trying to see what people ask for most. Like I said, the speedways, we had them for the C8, and then everyone kept asking for C7, C6. Now I'm seeing what the C5 guys are asking me for, so I could bring them in to see. So if you guys, in the comments, Justin, let me know whatever you guys. Let me know what you guys want.
Yeah. So Tyler,
see what people like.
Take a look at their website and see which wheel you would prefer, and you can kind of get in on the ground floor with this thing whenever they're setting these up for the C5.
Yeah.
Looks like we have 94 thumbs ups currently, almost 200 people watching. Actually, looks like we just hit 100 thumbs up. So, guys, let's keep going with the thumbs ups. We got almost 200 people in here watching. We're going to be asking Dante questions all night, as well as talking about some really interesting news with the C8 Corvette Z06 that the dealership kind of messed up on. There's a lot of details to that I'm just kind of giving you a high overview on right now, because I might make a full video on this. If you guys are interested in hearing the entire story of what happened with that, let me know in the chat here if you think that that would be a good thing to really dive deep into that, because the high overview is that the dealership messed up pretty bad. Could cost this guy an engine on his car. And I mean, it unfortunately, this isn't the first time I've heard this. This is like the third time I've heard almost this exact same story where the dealership is overfilling the oil because they're not draining it properly. So let me know what you guys think. Charles S. says, Dante, are your wheels painted or powder coated?
They are. The process is ionized. It's not powder coating. It's closer to painted. It's not really either, honestly. It's like more like painted though. But we all have them standard finish, so they're all already bronze, titanium, and gloss black. They're not like you don't order, a specific finish that you want. This is all we offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and one thing that you said earlier that I wanted to touch on a little bit more was the fact that these, anodized is what you meant, but the fact that these wheels are specifically Corvette, that's all they make. So you're not talking to a company that has 400 different wheels for 75 different applications. These wheels are specifically for Corvette. That's it. Now, I'm sure there's some crossover where they might also fit XYZ, but they're not focused on that. They're focused on the fact that these are for Corvette, which is a really cool approach, if you ask me.
Yeah. Also, we are offering a different finish now, which is the PVD chrome, because so many people have been asking for it. So those are actually officially available on the website. Actually, Justin, can you go to the website real quick and go to the gallery? I do want to show them that.
Sure.
There's a new, the main gallery. Go to the top.
I see it right here, actually. Speedway and chrome.
Yeah, well, that's it. I want to show them on the car.
Okay, so go to the gallery.
Yeah, gallery. See the one to the right?
Yep. Yeah, dude, that looks awesome. So
that's on the Grand Sport. I can't see. Yeah, that's on a Grand Sport.
Yeah, Grand Sport. Look at the fitment right there. You guys can clearly see how much better that's going to fit the car. And my friend Dana, you guys know Dana with the Shark Gray Z06. He has the black ones on his car, but they fit really nicely. And you guys know I'm not a big fan of chrome, but especially on anything burgundy, or in this case, obviously Long Beach red, chrome looks good. Chrome looks good on the burgundy colors. But
yeah, a lot. We originally just had the 3 standard finishes, but everyone kept asking for these, so I'm like, all right, man, let's do it. Let's make them. And yeah, they came out. These came out pretty nice.
They did. That's really awesome.
Those are the only ones. We have some sets in stock. We don't have every single finish in stock, but we do have some, probably like the popular ones. So those will take about 2 weeks for delivery, usually around 2 weeks. Maybe if you're lucky, we have it in stock. So
Chopper Larry, it was anodized. Beautiful wheels, says Ramen. I got a comment up here. Let me touch on this. Turbocharged Speed says, Justin, I love your C8 Z06. Thank you. I really love the car too. It turned out really awesome. So I appreciate that. Gordon says that would be a great topic for us as far as covering that oil change disaster in more detail. So you guys can look for that video. I'll probably have that out maybe this week. I'll talk to the owner a little bit more about it. Ron says, Dante, any plans on adding more wheel styles?
As of now, new wheel styles will just be for the C8 Z06 for now. In the future, we do plan on having more for the C8 and the C7 and C6, but not anytime soon. Maybe next year, maybe in 2026. But for anything new now, it's going to be C8 Z06, which should be any day now. We're making our first set as a sample. We're going to test fit them with like some different finishes, and then we're also planning to have those in stock as well with I believe 3 different designs we're going to have.
Nice. Brandon's Garage said that he has seen Dana's car in person. They look nice. They really do. Hanging with Shane says we were at 112 thumbs up. We got about 200 people watching, guys. Smash that thumbs up for me. It really helps. What's up, Zippity? Jeff's in the house. He says cool combo with the chrome wheels and the Long Beach red finish. I think that was a nice look for sure. Ramen says, what color goes well with Laguna Blue? Honestly, you could get away with chrome or black on Laguna Blue, I would say. Maybe even bronze. Bronze would look kind of cool too.
I've honestly gotten everything, man.
Yeah.
I'm not. I've gotten. I was gonna say black because I think that's what would look good, but I've gotten titanium, a lot of bronze on Laguna Blue. Like at Carlisle, I sold like 3 sets of chrome to like 3 Laguna Blue Corvettes. At Corvettes at Carlisle, yeah. Like they like the chrome with that one. Depends if you're a chrome guy.
Yeah, and that's
Black
the thing is,
always.
I'm normally not, but it depends on the color because like Long Beach red or anything burgundy, chrome goes really well with.
Yeah.
Okay, so getting a lot of people saying that they want me to go deep dive on that video, so I think I'm going to do that. Guys, stay tuned for that. I'll probably put that out later this week. Yeah, chrome seems like it might be making a comeback. Squirrel Cage Garage, Dante actually answered this already, I think, but he says, do you need lug nuts also, or can you use OEM when you have the wheels available for an E-Ray?
For an E-Ray, you will be able to use the factory lug nuts as well.
It's awesome because those are obviously the same wheels as the Z06.
Yeah.
ARPM, I got you in there. What's up, Matt Hurley? Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate that. Yep. 118 thumbs ups currently. We got about 200 people watching, guys. Keep smashing the thumbs up for me. Zippity says, polished on dark blue like my commemorative edition C8 Z06. Yeah, blue, especially a heavy metallic blue like Laguna Blue on the C7 Z06 is going to look good with chrome wheels too. But yeah, guys, we have, for those of you just joining in, we have Dante here from E5 Wheels. We will be doing the giveaway tonight for a $500 gift certificate, which will go towards the purchase of a set of wheels from his website. And there'll be 2 winners. One winner will get that. The second winner will get the carbon fiber strut tower covers for your C8 Corvette. So let's see what we got here. We got a couple entries. Ken, Squirrel Cage Garage, I got you in here for 10 entries. And actually, you know what, Dante, while I'm typing this in, talk to us a little bit about the new forged option coming.
So so for the forged wheels, we're only going to have them available in the same size, the 20x10s and 21x13s. The offsets are going to be different, the same as the other wheels for the C8, C7, and C6. The offsets are going to be different, so it's flush with the fender. And if you guys plan on lowering the car as well, that option is also available. You're not going to have any rubbing issues if you want to lower the car. It's going to look really good. And for finishes, we're going to have gloss black and a brushed aluminum finish. Because a lot of the guys who want a fully forged wheel, which they want that aluminum, that brushed finish. So because that finish is basically a forged raw finish, but we're obviously going to have a clear coat over it and it's going to be brushed. So those are going to be the 2 options. We are going to have, I believe those are going to be in stock, but anything other than that, any custom finish we could do as well.
You could do custom finishes?
Yeah, for those wheels, yeah, we could do.
Okay.
If you want to do like some bronze or like blue, that's going to be an option.
Okay, that's cool.
And they're going to be powder coated.
Okay, so those will not be available in the size for the Z06.
No, this is for the Z06.
This is only for the Z06.
Forged wheels for the Z06, yes.
Okay. All right. So those, I saw a picture of those on the website. Right? Those were on the website, weren't they?
No, they're not on the website yet.
I swear I saw that. Was it in maybe the catalog?
No, we have. Okay, so also I was gonna get to there, but we're having a drag racing package.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
These are actually available. It's 18x6 in the front and 18x12 in the rear. for the guys that are drag racing. If you guys are into racing, we have non-bead lock, we have single bead lock, and double bead lock, and these are also in stock as well. These are drag application.
Okay. Now,
these are fully forged as well.
Okay. All right. So the forged option we were just talking about is something different than this.
That is something different.
Okay.
This is like a drag pack. You see a lot of C7s, Z06s with a drag pack on with the 18x12, the 18x6 in the front, the skinnies.
Yeah.
And then for the forged, these are fully forged, but for the C8 Z06 and E-Ray, it's going to be a whole nother application, the 2021s.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So looks like we got 190 people in here watching. We got 130 thumbs up. So that's a discrepancy of 30. You guys could please smash the thumbs up button. Let us know that you're liking the content so we can keep doing this kind of stuff for you. Riptide says, are the Z06 wheels, when available, $2,500?
No. These wheels are, I don't know the exact pricing. They're definitely going to be a lot more than that because they're fully forged and they're 100% made in USA. Yeah.
Okay.
They're definitely going to be more expensive than our spun forged wheels.
Okay. So again, guys, if you are interested in getting entered in on this, now's the time to do it. We have about half an hour. We're going to be running this giveaway, and I'm going to be spinning the wheel, and someone's going to win $500 towards their purchase of E5 wheels. So regardless if you have the C6, C7, or C8, or possibly even the C5 for Tyler, this is something maybe you should try to grab. Yeah, Brandon, he was just clarifying that it was the drag pack for this thing, right? That's right.
Yeah. It'll also be available for the Z06.
Oh, the drag pack will be?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Brandon. I know you're always looking for lightweight wheels, so that might be another option for you.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy setup because not a lot. I don't really know anyone else that has the double bead lock, which it's a pretty big deal. A lot of guys have single bead lock. The double bead lock is just a whole nother level, especially with the power that these cars have.
So these are functional bead locks then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, these are real bead locks.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not like, because some people make like the fake ones that just like look like bead locks. These are real bead locks, double bead locks. So these are for if you want to go fast and you want to race. Nice.
All right, so the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick tonight, guys, is the ZR1 and some specific dates for the ZR1 coming up that you guys are going to want to keep in mind. I mentioned this on the ZR1 Barrett Jackson auction the other day, but I know some of you guys probably weren't in there. If you're looking to get a ZR1, there's a couple dates to keep in mind. The biggest one is going to be February 13th when you can actually, February 11th when you can actually go online and build it yourself. So if you're looking to build the car and get all the options and everything the way you can now with the C8 Stingray and the ZR1 or Z06 and the E-Ray, February 11th. So not too far from now, you're going to be able to do that. There have been apparently some pre-orders that are going in. The pre-order, as we've heard from a couple different places at this point, the pre-orders really don't mean anything. They're not guaranteeing anything. So a pre-order doesn't really mean much. If you have a dealership that is guaranteeing you an allocation, that it means a little bit more, of course, but the pre-order itself does not guarantee you a car. With all that said, these are the dates here. All of these dates here are the ones you guys should be watching for. Obviously, the OWB configurator was for the online workbench. This is for the pre-orders of the car, which, like I said, just started on January 23rd, but those don't guarantee anything. The dates below that are where you're going to want to start paying attention. If you want to try to get a ZR1 and you're trying to get it ASAP, early as possible, pay attention to these dates. These are going to be very important for you. So, actually, since we're talking with Dante from E5 Wheels anyway, even though I already know the answer to this, the Z06 wheels, once they're available, they would fit the ZR1 as well, correct?
Yeah. Even though a lot of the guys who get that car aren't going to want to put wheels on
right.
it.
Yeah, a lot of
But
guys get that car aren't even going to drive it. So
yeah, so you never know.
yeah, Bill Miller says, so how do the beadlock wheels work? Do these actually screw into the wheel or what? So
Yeah,
they
they
should actually
do.
screw through the rubber on the tire, right?
Yeah, so basically, it basically like pinches the rubber in between. It's literally the wheel, and then you put the rubber in between, and then you put another ring over it, which pinches the tire. So when the wheels on the tires are spinning, they don't lose grip.
Yeah,
And
so
now you have them on the single bead lock, like they've always been available. Now it's going to be on both sides, for the guys who have crazy amounts of power.
yeah, if you're running like a Mickey Thompson drag radial or something, those tires get so sticky that they can actually spin on the wheel. So the wheel will spin and, independently of the tire basically. With bead
Yeah.
locks, it locks them down so that tire does not spin without also moving the wheel. Oh, that's a good point. So I totally forgot about that. Z06 Supercharged E-Ray says the Z06 wheels will not work on a ZR1. I forgot. Their rear wheels actually have a different bolt pattern. So unless you modify your bolt pattern to fit on there too, I
Yeah.
guess
Well,
I shouldn't have said that because I totally forgot about that. Thanks for catching me, Steven. See, this is why we do this.
well, so with the forged wheels, it's different because you could make a forged wheel into like you could change the bolt pattern on anything. You just need to change the PCD, or if you need to change the offset or the design, you can do that. So they'll be available. But yeah, it could be different.
Yeah, Brandon's Garage says this happens a lot more than you think, which is why we do knurling. That's one of the things that I noticed too with the wheels that are serious. You do some knurling with them. Those are it's kind of the same, but if you want to go a step further, that's where you get the bead locks.
Yeah, we actually are working with someone with the drag racing wheels, and it's actually Taylor Weld, which is, if you guys are familiar with Weld Racing, the Weld wheels, that is who we're working this project on with.
Oh, Weld wheels.
Well, the
Nice.
original, because the company was sold, but the original owner, that's who we're working with on this project, which is pretty cool.
So Brandon's Garage says, why do they do this? I wonder. Good info, Steve. Change the bolt pattern. They actually did it to accommodate the additional torque, Brandon. And it was it was something I knew too. I don't know why it totally slipped my mind, but the bolt pattern in the rear is spaced out more to accommodate more the additional torque. And it's only the rear, so the front apparently is the same bolt pattern as the Z06, but the rear wheels is different. So definitely interesting, but yeah, that's cool. I didn't know you guys were working with Weld wheels.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Well, I mean, he's not he's Weld. I mean, it's him, but he
Right.
doesn't work with them anymore.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
we're not working with Weld wheels, but this is the guy who he was the owner. He's the founder.
Understood.
Yeah.
So another thing that we're gonna
He's been racing all his life. He's literally been building wheels his entire life, so it's pretty cool.
another thing we're gonna get into tonight, guys, is a kind of a controversial topic, something that a lot of us don't necessarily know we need or don't need, but apparently it's coming regardless, and that is the Grand Sport. Yeah. So we've talked about this before on the channel here, guys. Whether or not any of us really want a Grand Sport, when it's coming, all that good stuff. The topic over at the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum, of course, starts out by saying, when is the Grand Sport coming? We have a picture of what looks like a Z06 or an E-Ray with the exhaust out the sides, but it's still in camo. Why would it still be in camo? We've seen everything this car has to offer, unless, of course, it's not a Z06 or an E-Ray. So this could get interesting. I have it on relatively good authority that the Grand Sport is coming right after the ZR1. So as soon as we get some ZR1s on the ground, we are going to hear an announcement about the Grand Sport as well. And this comes to me from somebody who's very much so in the know. Let's just say they make parts for the Corvette. So this particular company makes parts for the Corvette. They have to know what's coming because they have to make sure that their parts that they make will also fit the future products. And the next one coming is apparently the Grand Sport. And this picture kind of suggests that as well. So what do you guys think about that? What do you think about a Grand Sport? We've talked about it here before. Me, Brandon, and David talked a little bit about it because in order for them to make the Grand Sport even remotely interesting, it's got to have a little bit more power. So how do we get a little bit more power in that car while still using an LT1 engine? Or I'm sorry, an LT2 engine? Maybe a different cam, maybe a different tune, something that just spices it up a little bit and maybe throw an extra 30 to 50 horsepower at it while also giving you a wide body car. What do you guys think? Ooh, looks like David just got pulled over by the cops. That sucks. Yeah, you and the Corvette. That's kind of funny. I mean, it sucks, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, She-Wolf 06 says he's number 3 on a list for a Grand Sport at his dealer. Not sure why, because I love my Z06, but I'm curious. I'm curious too. I'm curious to see how they make this work because in the past, the Grand Sport has always come right after the Z06. And in this case, it was the E-Ray, so everybody just assumed the E-Ray was replacing the Grand Sport. And that's kind of what GM had us believe at one point, but then the way the E-Ray was priced leaves a really big gap between the Stingray and the E-Ray. So that gap is easily filled with a Grand Sport. So it makes sense on that level, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense because at some point we're watering it down. Like we've got a lot of different variants out there. Where does it end? Y Envy says I would definitely be very interested in the Grand Sport. It sounds like you're going to get it. It sounds like it's coming right after the ZR1. So from what I understand, it's going to be either a 26 or a 27, and it's going to come right after the ZR1. As soon as those ZR1s start hitting the street, if I had to guess, we're going to get an announcement of a Grand Sport probably within the next 6 months. Yeah. Supercharged E-Ray says, need those wide body sales. Lots of Stingrays on the market. Pulled over while watching the HPO live stream. Loyalty. Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you. I mean, like I said, that sucks, but it's funny, but it sucks. Don't tase me, bro. Hey, of course Shane would say that. Don't tase me, bro. Works every time. Oh, God. That's good stuff. All right, guys. We got 180 people in here watching, 140 thumbs ups. Let's make those numbers match if we can, guys. Smash the thumbs up button. Let Dante know that his presence here doesn't go unappreciated. Looks like we have 141 thumbs up, so let's keep working with that. But what other questions you guys have for Dante? Curious to see what kind of questions we can get for him. Let's try to stump him. Give him something good. And in the meantime, let's get entered to win this thing. This thing's getting given away tonight. So, yeah. Glass City Car Nerd, that's kind of my thoughts on it. He says diminishing returns on a Grand Sport, to be honest, but they are giving us as many model choices as Porsche, which isn't a bad thing. I agree. I can't help but think that it kind of starts to water down the brand a little bit, but options are a good thing. I say that all the time, so. 10 seconds Z06 would have run from those cops, yeah. 146. Thumbs ups currently. Guys, let's keep going. Let's get to 200 by 8:30. We got 12 minutes to get 54 more thumbs ups. I think we can do it. Smash the thumbs up, guys. Ron says, Dante, where are the E5 wheels made?
These wheels are made so the spun forged wheels, flow form wheels are made overseas in Taiwan. Yeah, pretty much all flow form, spun forged wheels. Those are all pretty much made overseas, and then there are a lot of options for fully forged wheels in the United States and overseas as well. But for the flow form, spun forged, pretty much overseas.
Now, is it totally made overseas, or do you guys do anything with the wheel here?
We finish the chroming here. Actually, the PVD chrome is done by Wheelcraft.
Oh, nice. That's
yeah.
funny.
Wheelcraft does the PVD chroming. Yeah.
Wheelcraft is going to be one of the sponsors of the channel here very soon.
Yeah. The only difference with the forged wheel, those are 100% made here. The monoblocks are made here. The design, the everything, it's all here.
Nice.
Yeah.
CryptoPunk says it might be a flat plane crank with electric motors on the front wheels. It's not going to be that if they want to fill the gap between the Stingray and the E-Ray as far as price is concerned. If they want to fill that gap, they're going to start this car at between $79,000 and $89,000, and to do that, it has to be pretty much stuff we already have and stuff that's cheaper. So it would be the LT2 engine with the wide body, possibly a different cam or a different tune to spice it up a little bit. But if they go that crazy with it, it's going to be more expensive than a Z06. Gary Phelps says, smart move, can't afford a Z06, but possibly a Grand Sport. And that's kind of what this car is supposed to be for, as far as I can tell. It's going to fill that void between the Stingray and the E-Ray, because the E-Ray came out priced a lot heavier than I thought it would be. I thought that the E-Ray was going to come out around that 89 to 99 mark to kind of really ease you from the Stingray to the E-Ray to the Z06. But it jumped a lot higher than I thought it would, which leaves a clear opening for the Grand Sport, which is why the Grand Sport makes sense price-wise. So apparently GM thinks so too, because like I said, I have it on pretty good authority. It's coming in as a 26 or a 27, and it's going to be right after the ZR1 is on the ground, basically. I don't know if they'll do that much, because if you guys know in the past, the Grand Sport has never really had more power than the stock base model. So the Grand Sport was always just a wide body with better suspension, but still using the base model engine. So the C7 Grand Sport was still the Stingray engine. The C6 Grand Sport was still the wide body with the base C6 engine. So it doesn't make sense that they would do anything super crazy with this, especially if they want to keep costs down, which is where I think they want to be with this. A quick cam change or a quick tune would possibly throw enough horsepower at it that would make it a little bit more attractive to people than just buying a Stingray. But yeah. So what wheels do you have there, Dante, that you could show us?
Yeah, I'll show you right now. I don't have all of them out, but let me see. So I have the Speedway in titanium.
Nice.
And I have the Sebring in gloss black.
That looks good.
Pretty nice. This is the Daytona in titanium. And then I do have, this is the chrome. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of weird with the lighting.
Yeah.
These are all three designs we have available for chrome. See, they're all sweet. They all honestly look really good. And now, like I said, we have the Speedway is available for the C7 Z06 and Grand Sports. And then we also have the dark bronze as well. Yeah.
Those are nice. I like those.
Yep.
I like the black one up there. Was that the Speedway?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is honestly our most popular wheel. It's a Sebring in gloss black. Super popular.
Sebring.
It's just, even in all applications, it's just, that's why I wanted to bring that one in for the C5, just because that one, that's what people like a lot. So
yeah. Well,
we're gonna bring it.
For those of you just joining, another really cool part of the wheel here is that you can fit your stock Corvette center cap on there if you want. And these wheels are specifically designed for the Corvette. They're not made for 100 different applications. They make these specifically for the Corvette.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. You'll literally never see them on any other car. Like you'll never see them on a Camaro. You won't.
Yeah.
This is all we do. I mean, like Justin said, there are like maybe one of these wheels can fit on a front of like a random like BMW or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
Yeah, but it's not what we do.
So Starched Up says if they come out with a Grand Sport, it would replace the E-Ray. I don't think they're making the money they expected on the E-Ray. I don't know that would necessarily happen, but I could see it possibly being the case. I think the E-Ray, to be honest with you, I think the E-Ray was ahead of its time. I think I don't think the Corvette guys are ready for it yet, is what it is. But Super 8 Creations says he believes that the C8 Grand Sport will have a supercharged option. Maybe. I would be surprised to see them offer something like that because the Grand Sport has never really been like the top dog horsepower thing. It's always just offered the same amount of horsepower as the base model, but could be different this time. We'll see. Seawolf Z06 says, sorry if I missed it, but do you offer a black chrome wheel?
Yeah. Well, Wheelcraft does have a black chrome option. It's just most of what everyone asks for is really just the bright chrome, but we can do the black chrome. We don't offer on our website, but if you do want to place an order, you could definitely give us a call and place your order. We can make it happen. I haven't gotten any calls. I probably sold like 2 sets of those. Honestly, it's not because then it'll be $3,900 for a 1920 setup, while we have the gloss black available for $2,500 for a 1920 setup. So that's why people just end up going with the gloss black. But we could do it.
Is there an additional cost for that? I'm imagining
for the chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the chrome setups are $3,900 for the 19 and 20s delivered with free shipping, and then the standard finishes of the gloss black, titanium, and bronze are $2,500 delivered. Yeah, because we've got to refinish the wheel, so it's pretty expensive.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That sounds good. Guys, if you want to get in on this giveaway here, we're going to be running this in the next 10 minutes. So you have about 10 minutes to get in on the giveaway for the $500 wheel gift certificate and the carbon fiber strut mount covers for the C8 Corvette. There'll be 2 separate winners here. So,
and for the giveaway, whoever wins, if you're interested in chrome, we do have. I know we have the Sebrings in chrome for a C7 Grand Sport or Z06 in stock, and I believe we have the Speedways 1920 stock size in chrome in stock. Everything else we have in stock, but for the chrome, we have a few different options, not everything.
Okay. Squirrel Cage Garage says the Grand Sport will be a wide body with a slightly higher output than the Stingray. I'll bet money on it. It will do this to have a higher horsepower number than a Dark Horse. Totally agree. That's been my stance on this from the very beginning, is that they're going to give this probably 30 to 50 more horsepower than the Stingray, but otherwise the same engine. Everything will be the same because just like Bill Miller said, it's going to be a Grand Sport with the LT2 engine, with a different cam and maybe some different body options. But in order to keep the price down under $100K, they can't go wild. And that's what I'm saying, is like you could clearly see where the Grand Sport would slot in price-wise, right between the Stingray and the E-Ray, because there's a pretty big gap between those 2 cars. So if they come in at 79 or 89K, then you have an option for pretty much everybody. Regardless of how much money you're making, there's an option for your car. Yeah, that's a good point. Squirrel Cage Garage says you can tell when I'm not feeling well when I'm not drinking a Mountain Dew. Yeah, tonight it's just water that has a high concentration of vitamin C in it. But yeah, so guys, if you want to get in on this giveaway, like I said, we got roughly 10 minutes. If you want to get entered, every $10 is an entry. And I think C8 Nate's still in here. He can tell you firsthand that $10 can make you a winner, because he won a set of scrape armor radiator grill guards for $10. So don't think you're if you don't want to enter this because you don't have enough money to throw on. $10 might get you a win.
Yeah, and it's honestly the biggest discount like you're gonna get.
Yeah.
We do have a really good discount at Corvettes at Carlisle, so it's always a good time to buy then, but it's not as good as this deal. So
yep, there he is. C8 Nate saying absolutely. So yeah, guys, the Grand Sport's coming, probably 26 or 27. The technical service bulletin for the C8 Corvette Z06 with the oil, the oil dry sump, making sure you change both of those. I'm gonna have a video coming in the future with more detail on that whole thing, because it's pretty dumb. And some of you guys touched on the fact that it's dumb. something this stupid goes unlooked, and it could potentially cost this person the engine in their car, which is just, it's ridiculous. But it's something all of us have to worry about. I mean, I drive over an hour, a little over an hour, to get to my dealership that has a Corvette tech that I trust to work on my car. I passed probably 5 dealerships on the way there, but I don't care. I don't trust them. I know Greg at the dealership that I go to. I know him well. He knows his stuff. I go there because he knows his stuff. And unfortunately, I know a lot of you guys don't necessarily have that same kind of option, but this is what it comes down to. Unacceptable. 100%. It really is. You spend 150 grand on a car and then you get this kind of treatment. Like, it's unacceptable. Gary Phelps says, Dante, are you going to be at the Bash this year?
Yes, I am going to be there.
Perfect. Yep, Bill Miller, I got your entry here. And actually, I think you're already on here. Yep. So now you're on here 5 times. All right, so Bill's in. Who else? Anybody else? I want to make sure all you guys get entered in this because this is a pretty cool giveaway. When it comes to wheels and certain performance items, they're always cool. 10 Seconds Z06 says, did that dealership have a Corvette tech? I bet not. If I had to guess, no, but these are details that I don't have yet. Once I'm able to get some more detail out of the subscriber, I'll let you know all the information. But I'm going to have some videos I'm going to put up from the PDR as well. And he told me I could mention the dealership tonight, but I'm going to save that for the full video because the dealership name will be out there for you guys to know. And it's pretty close to you, David and Brandon. It's in your hometown, so could get wild. Meme Peterson says my Chevy dealership is 2-hour drive. Yeah, and the thing is like I would gladly drive 2 hours. I would gladly drive past 14 other dealerships to go to the one that I trust because that's the one that is always going to do you right. And it's always going to have your back. That's what I'm all about. I don't want to go through this kind of stuff where I'm going to have to get my engine replaced now because, some Corvette tech didn't know what he was doing. Or non-Corvette tech, I should say. No, it's not. It's not Hendrix. Yeah. Seawolf Z06 says, I'm very fortunate. My dealer's 15 minutes away and they have one of the best techs in the country. You are. I had to look for quite a while, and luckily mine was only an hour away because it took me a good while to find that though. Yes, and that's the kind of stuff that blows my mind. Steve Robertson says, my dealership has a Corvette tech and yet they let some noob change my oil. No idea. That one just doesn't even make sense to me. All right, guys, what other questions do we have for Dante here? Is there anything that I can answer or that he can answer for you to get you guys a little more into the
Have
idea?
more people joined tonight, Justin?
We had about 210 people in here at one point.
No, I mean the giveaway.
Oh, yeah. I have 33 in here now, so we got 3 more.
Nice.
Let's see. Looks like we got 164 thumbs ups, guys. Keep smashing the thumbs up. Got another entry just now. Let's see. Zach gets in for 2 entries. Zach, thank you for doing it exactly like I like people to do. He gives me his real name and his screen name. All right, so he is in for 2 entries. So now we have 34. Pretty good bit. Pretty good number of entries on this.
I wonder what application, what generation Corvette most of them are.
If I had to guess, C8. The majority of these are going to be C8 people, most likely. Squirrel Cage Garage says, Dante, any particular styles you have in mind for the Z06/E-Ray? You said you didn't want to share that yet, right?
Yeah, I can't share any of the designs yet just because they're not completely finished.
Okay. And you said roughly, if you had to give me an idea of when they'll be done?
They will probably be available for sale next month. I would say March.
March. Okay.
March, yeah.
So we should have a better idea of what those are going to look like in March, guys.
Yeah, but we'll probably release some pictures. We could promote them on your page too to see some designs what people like, But they're just not completely finished, so I don't want to put anything out there yet. We're still making some adjustments.
Sure. Charles S. donates $20. That'll give you 2 entries. Let me see. I think
But one of the designs is just honestly because I did get inspiration from Justin's Z06. One of the designs is very similar to his on his Z06 just because I think the way his car came out, like it came out like perfect. I think it's super clean. So I was like, I want a wheel like this on our lineup. It's just one of the wheels. We're going to have 3. So the other ones are going to be completely different, but it is pretty similar. One of them is similar to his, which is, you guys know what his car looks like. So
that's awesome because that is one of the nicest style wheels I've seen. So that's really good to know. So that's pretty cool, guys.
Yeah.
He's saying one of the designs of these Forge wheels are going to look similar to the wheels that I have. Very cool. I'm actually pretty curious now.
Yeah.
That 10-second Z06, that's exactly what I did. He says, call and ask if they have a Corvette tech, then go meet and talk with them. That's what I did. I went to the dealership that you guys have seen on my videos a couple times, met with the Corvette tech, talked to him for roughly an hour, and then I took my car and went home. I didn't even get the work done that day. I had to schedule it after that. I just wanted to meet him. I just wanted to know if he was going to be the guy. And after talking to him, I knew within the first 20 minutes of talking to him, he knew what he was talking about. He knew that the Z06 took different kind of oil. He knew a lot about Corvettes that regular people working on cars don't know. So I felt really good with that. Plus, the way that dealership is set up, every bay is an individual garage door. So you really don't have a reason that you can't go down there and watch what they're doing. So a lot of dealerships won't let you back in the maintenance bay for insurance purposes. We know that that's not the case, but and they can't say that at this place because I can literally stand right outside of the garage door and I'm not in the bay, but I can still clearly see what's going on. I liked that setup as well. John Q says, Justin, I want to buy an exhaust for my C8 Z06. In your opinion, what is the best sounding exhaust system out there for the Z06? My opinion, it is always AWE. AWE sounds fantastic, especially if you do the high flow cats or sport cats from Soul Performance. With the AWE exhaust system, it sounds really, really good. Yeah, Tyler, some of them will give you, will make it a pain in the butt, but that's the way it should be. You should always be able to go back without having an issue. All right, let's see. We're going to run this giveaway. It looks like we're all entered in here. So 167 thumbs ups, guys. Please smash the thumbs up. We'd like to have a lot more than that if we could. Well, I'd like to hit 200, but just keep hitting the thumbs ups for me, guys. So let's go ahead and do this giveaway. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? We all ready?
This is pretty exciting.
All right.
It's just like it's a crazy deal, so it's cool.
All right, so we're going to spin this thing 2 times. First winner gets to select whether they want the E5 gift certificate or not. And then the second one will take whatever the first one didn't take. So there we go. Here's the spinning wheel of names. Again, I'll go through the names here on the side so you can see Your name should be in there. I got 34 entries. A lot of you guys got free entries because you are a member of the channel. Now, if you did nothing but free entries, you do have to be here to claim the win. So there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. We're going to spin it. There we go. These are tight tonight. Ooh.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's David. Oh, man, that was rough. Oh, man. All right, David.
That's actually funny.
I didn't know. It was just through so many of those small little slivers. David, are you still in the house? Or are you still busy getting pulled over? Let's see which one he's going to... I'm pretty sure he's going to take the wheels, but... Very big congrats to David. He, I know he had a decent amount of entries on this, if I recall correctly. Yeah, he had 54. That's right. He did say he was going to give it to somebody, but I'll see how he's going to want to do it. So I know he's going to take.
He has a Z06, right?
Yeah,
but he doesn't have a Stingray, does he?
No.
Does he have a C7?
No, but he said last time if he won, he was going to give it back to the channel. So let's. I know he's going to take the wheel gift certificate. So let's move on to the next person, the next winner, which is going to be for the carbon fiber strut tower covers. So we'll run this again. Let me delete David out of here so he can't win those two. All right, that one was a little more anticlimactic, but Steve Robertson, you have won the strut tower covers. So let me know if you want these. If not, we'll, I think he was still in here, isn't he? CryptoPunk says, Dante, what's the URL for the wheels? It's actually on the screen here. It's just e5wheels.com. Starch Stub says David beat him by that much. Yeah, that was a close one. That was by a hair. That's how C8 Nate won the other day. It was freaking crazy. All right, so Steve, send me your. Nope, he says give them to somebody else. Okay, let's run it again then. Let's see who else won't want these. Oh, AARPM. There you go. How about that? AARPM or Aaron, you still in the house? You might want these. I know you were kicking around the idea of getting a C8 Stingray, so you would be able to use these. Yeah, Aaron. If
this person has a C8 or does not?
Aaron does not right now, but he's buying one soon, so he'll be able to. If he's still in the house here. There's David. He's back from being arrested. Well, David, you won the wheels. All right. Well, I'm not going to make everybody wait for this. I have Aaron's contact info, so I'll let him know he won if he wants them. If not, you'll see them again on the channel. So big thank you for everybody tuning in tonight. Big thank you to Dante for being on the show with us tonight.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you. So, guys, again, check out E5 Wheels. They're going to have some really cool stuff happening here very soon with the Z06 wheels coming in. So, yeah. And then I'm going to talk with David on the back end about what he's going to do with the E5 wheel gift certificate, and we'll get it all figured out. But yeah,
Let's do
it. Awesome, guys. Thank you again for tuning in, Dante, and we'll see you guys same time, same place next Monday night.
Talk to you, Justin. Thank you, buddy.
Yep. See ya.